Welcome back to another Briones breakdown. Today we are going to break down the poach and what to look for.
Let's get right to
it. All right, so in this point we have near side is Ed in the gray. He did not give us a name for the guy in red, so we're going to call him Red today. On the opposite of the net, we have Jory in white, and then we have Peter in the dark blue shirt.
All right, Caden, let's see it here. We got Ed to serve. Little return action there. Ooh.
Okay.
Mr. Red with that
up
aggressive
with
play. We're going to watch this one more time here for all you folks watching this, and then we're going to break it down. And there's a poach. Again, if you are sending in a video, make sure you put everyone's names in and maybe say where this is, because this looks like a really cool place so people can know. All right, so let's break it down here, Caden. We got Ed to serve. This was a fairly good serve to the backhand here. So Peter returns it down the line. And then we got a third shot drop attempt. And what do you see here, Caden, so far?
Yeah, first things first, off the bat, Ed actually hit a pretty good serve into the corner. Now, that is a good hard serve to Peter's backhand, but I would personally like to see just a little bit more depth on his backhand and on his return. He tries to kind of move into it and get himself to the kitchen line. And I think one of the most common mistakes that I find in the return is we focus too much on getting to the kitchen line before actually hitting your return.
Yeah, so again, serve was, it was good to the backhand, could have been deeper. And then here's the third shot drop here by Mr. Red over here. And then we got a little bit of a, I would say net level ball, good yellow zone ball. And let's see where Peter puts this shot. And wow, really tough shot. What do you think about that shot right there, Caden?
You don't really see much of that at the amateur level. Now, if that was on purpose, hey, Peter, props to you. That was a great shot. But I will say, in that positioning here, right, he doesn't actually send that ball with his follow through. He kind of just pokes at it. So for both Mr. Red and Peter, watch your follow throughs, okay? Make sure you guys are sending that ball to your targets with purpose.
Yeah, so it is a good location though, Caden. We see that. It's a good, nice little volley here.
Yeah.
And then what does this force? And we tell players all the time, forces a really tough half volley to the feet. And you can see Peter, that nice little volley there. And obviously it forces this tough half volley by Ed. And let's see, let's go back and see Ed's split step here. Let's see if he comes. Yeah. And what do you think here, Caden? Good split step or average?
I'm gonna give Ed props for stopping his feet.
Yeah.
But I did not see much of a split step. So he got his feet set, which is great, but he was not really set and balanced in a good wide position like we normally would be in the split step, which caused him to now be off balance on that little half volley in transition.
Yeah, so he was stopped, but what I teach and what I like to see is your feet more parallel to that non-volley zone. But regardless, he makes a really good get here, and let's see what happens here. Now the ball is coming straight to Jory, and Jory takes her paddle. And actually, what do you think about this volley, Caden? It's actually, I would say it's kind of a tough spot.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah, based off of the positioning that Ed just showed, all right, I already know off the bat that ball is going to be floating a little bit high. So what does that mean for me is look at Jory really quickly when she takes this volley. Where are her hands? There is kind of the obvious picture, right? Her hands are kind of down at her waist. Now, personally, I don't have a problem with that, but if you know that his contact point is that low, you have to know that that ball is going to be coming high. So in that case, Jory had to raise her hands and kind of hit that ball with an upward motion, which is why her volley, she could have hit down on it, but her volley kind of went upward and popped up, which is why she was able to keep that point alive.
Yeah, so obviously we want to be able to hit this ball down. Like Caden said, as soon as you see this ball coming down straight to your opponent's feet, and it's going to force a really tough ball, this is definitely a time that you, at least just in general, just want to be ready for a weak ball to attack here.
Yeah, and I would say honestly, both of our players here up at the kitchen line could use just slightly higher hands in that situation.
Yeah, so obviously Jory would like to get this ball down, and she's a little bit late, and that's what I see. There's a big backswing there, so that's why it goes high. And then let's see what happens, what Ed does with this one. He kind of just swings at it here, and it actually drops really well right by that non-volley zone line. And this is kind of like a reset shot, but kind of in the middle of a reset and drive. And what do we see here when you're in this position, or your opponents are in this position here, Caden?
Yep. If you look at Mr. Red right now, he is paying attention to one thing and one thing only: the location of the ball. Right? The location of the ball is so low that he now realizes that that next ball is going to have to come up. And based off of where his positioning, or where his partner's positioning is at, he now starts to kind of creep over. Yeah,
so a couple of things, good thoughts there, Caden. Again, here's this little tough half volley by Ed. There's Jory here with a little late contact here, and then there's that. So when I'm in this position, I'm just gonna back this up in general, okay? Yep. Let's say I'm Mr. Red here. I know my partner is back. So when my partner, and we're kind of up in a, if I'm a 1-up, and let's say you're kind of behind me, Caden.
Yeah.
This is always an opportunity that we're looking for to poach.
Absolutely.
And then soon as I see my partner hit that ball and I see it kind of landing to the feet, and I actually really like Mr. Red's positioning already because he's, more towards the middle.
Right.
But as soon as I see this, from this position here, it's going to be really hard for Peter to take this ball and put it
and go behind him.
Go behind him in this corner, because he's going to have to kind of hook it that way. So really the chances are this ball going somewhere towards the middle or kind of back to Peter.
Yep.
And because of that, he can make this read, and kind of, it's a little bit of a risk, but he could basically kind of make a read and assess and assume that it's going to come somewhere through the middle. And soon as he sees that high ball, now you can see him really make his move, and then he goes right down the line for the winner.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts there, Caden?
Yeah, Mr. Red coming back with another compliment to you, because as soon as he sees that ball go down towards Peter's feet, he's thinking one thing. He knows that they're going to try and go back to his partner who's back there. So he immediately takes that extra step, and boom, he's right there for the kill.
Yeah, so really, really good, Mr. Red. Sorry, your partner Ed didn't include your name here, but we're going to actually watch this back in real time. All right, let's watch this back one more time. This is Ed with the serve, Peter with that return, a little high drop there, the half volley, little read there, and cutting across.
And the finish.
All right,
Mr. Red.
All right, Caden, so let's share our last thoughts here on the poach. Again, if your partner is a little bit behind you, that's always an opportunity to kind of, clog that middle on that next ball, because typically, really at any level, if your partner is kind of behind you, the right play, or a good play usually, is to hit to the deeper person. But if you can pick that off in front of you and read a low ball early, I think it's really good if you can make that move early. Any last thoughts there, Ken?
No, I think that's perfectly said. The whole goal is to always kind of keep those players back, and if you are someone who is not the player hitting the third shot drop, and your partner is focused on that third, always kind of look for a possible opening, because every player's mindset is going to be to try and keep that person who's back. So be on the lookout.
All right, we'll see you in the next breakdown.